Welcome to the Destroy Manila podcast. We have a very special guest for today. It's Jelly Bulang of Kratos
Hello.
MMA and Fitness.
Yes. Submission Sports
Submission
Philippines.
Sports Philippines as
Yes,
well.
yes.
First of all, kamusta ka these past few months?
As an athlete, as a full-time athlete and a coach as well, nakakamiss yung mga normal times na you get to train with other people, tapos you get to teach other people, you get to coach kids. So yun yung pinaka namimiss kong part. But kailangan nating gawin 'to to do our part para alam niyo 'yun, para mas mapabilis yung pagtapos nito para ma-flatten yung curve. Basically what I've been doing in the past few months especially nung lockdown is more on dun ko nahanap yung isang bagay na passionate pa ako about, and that is service in public service. So I've been helping a lot here in our community as well. And at the same time, syempre, keeping in shape, everyday training pa din, kahit dito lang sa bahay, takbo, buhat. So, ang pinaka-goal ko lang throughout the pandemic is to stay fit talaga, to stay ready to any opportunity that will come, and to grab the opportunity na mas marami kasing opportunity right now na makatulong
Mhm.
sa iba eh. So, yun yung ginagawa ko lately ngayong pandemic. The past,
Actually madami atang fighters ngayon na imbes na mag stay fit kung ano-ano na lang ang ginagawa.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
I've
Computer
seen a lot,
repair,
I've seen a lot.
baking,
Totoo yan,
ayan.
totoo yan,
Mm.
totoo yan.
Lalo na ngayon, bumubukas na ang opportunities for
Yes,
everyone.
yes, yes.
I
I
mean,
agree.
pag hindi ka handa, yari ka
Yes,
eh.
yes, yes,
Sayang
yes.
eh.
Tsaka sabi nga nila, di ba, wala naman talagang luck. I
Mm.
mean, you have to be prepared for
Yeah.
everything. Like what happened to Striegel, di ba?
Yeah.
He stayed ready. He went to the US. Then opportunity dumating eh. So, ganun lang din tayo.
And si Striegel is the same management company as you, di ba? Ruby.
Yes. Same management as me, si Brother Mark, yes.
One of the biggest sports management companies yata si
I
Ruby,
agree.
you know?
I agree. They handle a lot of UFC fighters, UAE Warriors fighters, and napaka-active nila in making their fighters, fight active sila na bigyan ka talaga ng opportunity na mapakita mo yung talent mo sa kung saan ka talaga dapat mapunta. And napakaganda kasi they believe in you. Alam mo yon, yung they encourage you, they want me to train in Thailand, in Tiger. Actually, nung before pandemic, we were supposed to be lined up in yung sa UFC nga, yung Contender. I was supposed to fly there for a good a month, 6 weeks, because they want me to train in Tiger. So very very 100% naman yung support na binibigay ng Ruby management talaga sa mga fighters nila. So napakaganda ng management.
Yung opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sayang
actually.
lang eh, no? Sayang
Oo.
lang. I mean, that's the goal eh, to be the first female, alam mo yun, Pinay MMA fighter to be in the UFC.
Mhm.
Na alam mo yun, yung homegrown talaga.
Mhm.
That's my dream.
That would be a true pioneering moment, Jelly. And
Mm.
just training siguro at Tiger with the likes of, the women fighters
Agree.
there.
I would agree.
Wow.
Grabe yun. Dito pa nga lang, nung nagpaplano na ako na to fly in Thailand, in Tiger, nire-ready ko na yung sarili ko kasi alam ko na pagdating doon, sabak agad eh.
Mhm.
So, tsaka hindi basta-basta yung training doon. I remember 2017, napadala rin ako sa Thailand, pero iba naman to, national team naman to. Patayan yung training doon, itatago nila yung passport mo para lang, alam mo yun, pag nahirapan ka, hindi ka na makauwi. Grabe sa Thailand and training. Grabe. Pag-uwi mo dito, ibang tao ka na, for sure.
Very humbled ka na
I'm
sigurado
sure
pag
kasi yung Hickman brothers.
For sure.
For sure.
Lahat ng upak na natikman mo na doon.
Let's dial it back a bit, Jelly. Can you talk to us about being in culinary arts, and then way back, and then transferring to full time as a sports person?
Nung college ako, after graduation ng high school, medyo dying down na yung nursing course noon. Maloko ako nung high school. So, yung tinitignan mong opportunity sa college is kung ano ba yung uso lang. kung ano bang magandang i-take up ngayon. So, nung time namin, that was culinary. So, nung high school ako, athlete ako eh. I was a volleyball and basketball player. Come college, masyado akong nagpatalo sa mga bisyo. And of course, yung sa culinary school kasi, I'm surrounded with food, I'm surrounded with, yung alam mo yung crowd ng culinary school na yosi, inom, lahat ng ganyan. And then, sobrang lumaki ako, as in sobrang taba ko talaga. As in, alam mo yung ang pangit na taba na, alam mo yun, yung parang anong ginagawa
Unfit
ko.
talaga,
Ah,
mabigat
Yung
talaga.
yung mga tipong aakyat ka lang ng hagdan,
pagod
hinihingal
ka
ka
na agad.
na, mga ganong levels. Tapos, nung nasa culinary school ako, my tita who took care of me when I was in high school and in elementary, nagkaroon ng cancer. Tapos ang bilis ng pangyayari, parang 6 months tapos namatay siya. Ang pinaka last wish niya sa akin was to, alam mo yon, yung balik ka na sa dati mo, yung anuhin mo na yan, tanggalin mo na lahat ng bisyo mo. That's the time I ano, I tried again to be fit. Nung time na yun, usong-uso yung boxing because that was the years na sobrang si Sir Manny Pacquiao.
Mhm.
Kahit saan ka pumunta, especially sa Taft, katabi nung school namin is Elorde eh. So doon ako nag-start boxing talaga. Boxing ako nag-start. And then nung nakakakita na ako ng progress, bumabalik na yung dati kong katawan, nagtuloy-tuloy na ako. In everyday ko na siya. So
So
yun,
boxing was first for fitness lang.
for fitness, yes.
Oo.
And the reason why I entered MMA, funny story, kasi galing akong all girls ng high school. I was doing boxing ito for like 5, 6 months. Na everyday ha, kasi nga, napagtripan kami nung lalaking laseng.
Mhm.
So I was with my friends, high school friends. Tapos sinatid lang namin siya sumakay ng taxi. May nakasalubong kaming lalaking laseng. Ako yung napagtripan niya kasi way back in college, gupit lalaki ako eh. So,
Mhm.
akala niya siguro, puro chicks kasama nito Tapos, binugbog niya ako. So, I was thinking noon,
Oh, damn!
yes, I was thinking noon na siguro naman makakasuntok ako kahit isa. Kasi nagbo-boxing ako eh, alam mo yun, yung ganong
Oo.
pag-iisip. Tapos,
Baka isa man lang ako.
walang tumama, kahit isa, tapos bugbog na bugbog ako. As
Oh,
in, hindi
damn.
mo ako makikilala.
Grabe.
Yung mata ko nakasara, yung tooth ko na chip, tapos yung
Ouch.
labi ko nasa kalahati
Mm.
na. So after nun, nung siguro nung naka-heal na ako, kasi ang tagal, mga 2 weeks, yung mata ko may
Okay.
dugo pa sa loob eh.
Grabe.
Okay.
After mga 2 weeks, sabi ko, nagbibigay na lang din ako ng time in training. Why not do something na I can protect myself with? So that's the time
Self-defense.
na, yes, that's the time na naghanap ako ng MMA gym. So doon siya nag-start talaga.
The fight was nasa kalye kayo nag-away?
Sa kalye, yes.
Grabe yun. What an
Yep.
experience.
Hindi niya talaga ako
My
tinigilan.
God.
Yep. And imagine, 6 months ako nagbo-boxing, tapos walang tumama. Nakakatawa talaga. Walang tumama. Iniisip ko pa nung tatama ako nito. Kasi boxing ako eh.
Parang
Galing ko kaya,
parang hitting pads lang
yep,
to.
oo, galing ko kaya mag-pads. So iba pala yung pakiramdam na yung sinusuntok mo, umiilag na,
Mm.
ganyan. Lasing pa yun So nakakatawa
Grabe.
talaga. Hindi ako tumama sa lasing, gano'n.
Wow.
Parang gano'n.
Wow. Baka naman nagsislip
Eh,
siya
hindi
tsaka
ko
may
nga,
mga
parang
dodge
drunken
na faint.
master si kuya eh.
I'm so sorry that happened
That's
to you.
fine,
But
that's
on
fine.
a positive note,
It
yeah,
lead me,
MMA.
kung nasan ako right now eh. Yes, yes.
So when you eventually transferred to MMA, that gave you more confidence na. So self-defense oriented na yung training.
Actually, nung nag-start, yes. Ang questions ko, I started in hybrid yaw yan eh. So, yung class doon, hindi naman specifically striking today, tapos ito ganyan. It's very mixed. Sila magde-decide kung anong gagawin nyo for that day. So, ang pinaka naging interested ako was in ground fighting na sa jiu-jitsu. Kasi you can submit bigger
Yeah,
opponents.
yeah.
Kahit lalaki, kaya mong i-choke out. Kahit lalaki, kaya mong balian. So, doon ako naging pinaka-interested. Nung una, very self-defense oriented yung mga questions ko. Up until the time na everyone in our gym was preparing for UKC nung time na yon. So, yep. And then,
Oh
nagkataon
yeah,
na yung
okay.
babaeng fighter was looking for an opponent. Wala pa akong 2 months nun. I think wala 2 months, pa 3 months pa lang ako sa gym. tinanong ako ng may-ari
Okay.
if I wanted, "Gusto mo laro ka na din, sabay ka na sa kanila." Kasi masarap mag-prepare ng may kasabay ka. I was very gullible,
Hmm,
di ko alam kung anong pinapasok ko. Sabi ko,
okay.
"Sige." Oo, kasi athlete naman ako kahit
Compete ka
nung
na,
dati pa,
ganyan.
eh. Ever since I was a kid, I'm very ano to sports, eh. So pumayag ako, not knowing na yung kalaban ko was the first female na nag-professional MMA here in the Philippines. She was against Gina Inyong in URCC. Pero nalaman ko 'to after na namin maglaban. Yup,
Surprise!
nanalo ako. So, I was
Wow!
surprised na nanalo ako. Tapos biglang sabi sa'kin nung mga nandodo'n, "Hindi mo ba kilala 'yun, lumaban na 'yun ng professional, si Sonrex." Her name was Sonrex Patanao. And nakailang amateur fights na 'yan before she went pro, against Gina Inyong. And then right after that fight, yung dad niya asked for a rematch.
Because
Hindi, siguro they
they were
were
so
thinking
impressed.
na swerte lang yon, parang gano'n. Parang ang nangyari kasi
Na-offend?
was
Okay, parang,
oo, ang
lucky lang
nangyari
'yan.
kasi was gulpe de gulat, eh. I
Oo.
was hindi wala pa masyadong technique. Pero
Hmm,
yung loob ko buong-buo nung mga time na yon. Then after 3 weeks, same result. Then after nung second fight namin
okay.
na dalawa, ta's nanalo pa rin ako. That's the time na na-feel ko na para ako dito. Kasi other sports na ginawa ko, 'di ba 'pag paulit-ulit mo siyang ginagawa, ang boring, eh. Parang,
Oo.
alam mo 'yun, ito lang ba 'to everyday? So, I'm jumping from one sport to another. Nung grade school ako up until high school, lahat 'yan nalaro ko. Except for MMA. Kasi MMA, you have to learn so many things. So, nakakatuwa. So, sabi ko, yung passion, yung heart ko nandito. So, that's the time I've decided na i-explore pa yung ibang bagay with MMA. I remember I was doing after the right after the fight, I was alam niyo yung nagre-research ka kung anong pinakamagandang background for
Hmm.
you to become a good MMA fighter, and result shows na it's wrestling. After a week, naghanap ako saan ba may wrestling dito. Apparently, everyone that time was, alam mo yon, ang tingin nila sa wrestling was hampasan ng silya, WWE, yung
Yeah.
iniisip, professional wrestling, iniisip
Pro
nila.
wrestling.
Yeah.
And the only place you can get a decent wrestling training talaga was in the national team. So
Hmm.
I went straight to the national team. Doon ako nag-train agad-agad.
Kamusta man ang experience training with the
Would you say that
national team?
because it was so
Nako,
challenging?
that's a
Oo.
different, umiiyak
Oh,
ako
yeah.
doon everyday. Umiiyak ka kasi, yeah, sa lahat ng
Challenge talaga.
sports na, because I've been a part of the national team of wrestling, national team of Muay Thai, and national team of Jiu-Jitsu. Wrestling yung pinakamasasabi ko na talaga na i-challenge ka niya physically, mentally, emotionally, lahat. Sobrang buong katawan mo gumagalaw the whole time. Yung 2 hours na training was very, very solid. Yun yung mahirap na training for me, yung wrestling. And to think na from amateur, from boxing na fitness lang, tapos to MMA na 3 months lang ako nag-train. Tapos I went straight there. And then sakto din naman na nung nagpunta ako dun, they were looking for female
Hmm.
wrestlers kasi parang konti lang yung athletes nila na female nun. So they asked, "Gusto mo sali ka na, and then you just have to qualify for the Philippine National Games." And I did. Nanalo ako. I got gold. Then nagtuloy-tuloy yung training. Dun ako namulat sa training na alam mo yon, yung parang hindi ka na nagbabayad dito. Yung gano'n, yung you have to do, yes, you have to do kung ano
Subsidized
yung
ka na.
training na
Yeah.
ipinapagawa namin with everyone. And nung time na yon, parang 3 piraso lang kaming civilian nun. Everyone was in the either in the army, navy, or air force. So lahat sila was very sanay sila sa bugbugan training. Ako, that's the only time na na-experience ko yung ganong kahirap na training. And I'm very blessed din na dun ako nag-start kasi parang lahat mentally prepared ka na to face everything that happens after, eh.
Ang ganda talaga ng mga opportunities na nag-open for you ng mga
Sobra, sobra, sobra. Kung 'pag tinitignan ko nga siya, sabi ko parang ang galing 'no, parang ano niya ako, inisa-isa
Para
niya
sa'yo talaga yung
talaga
MMA.
na
oh,
sobrang konti.
Yeah.
Sabi nga, niloloko nga nila ako, eh. Parang ikaw lang naman yung biglang wrestling, tas biglang national team ng Muay Thai, tas biglang national team ng Jiu-Jitsu. Ano yung inisa-isa mo? Parang sabi ko nga, oo nga 'no, parang sobrang blessed ko to be a part of yung pinakamagagaling sa
hmm.
nation, tas nakaka-train mo sila. Then from this to Muay Thai to Jiu-Jitsu, alam mo yun, yung parang pinipino-pino ka niya na inuunti-unti ka
Mm.
talaga niyang i-groom into something na, who knows kung saan tayo mapupunta in the future, di ba?
Kasi that led
Yes,
you
yes,
to
yes.
UFC, of course.
I'm very optimistic about it.
that has
Ang ganda
led you
rin ng
to
support eh.
Mm.
Ang ganda ng support ng team ko dito, ng sub-sport sa akin dito. Ang ganda ng support ng management ko, which is yung Ruby. So, hindi malabo. I'm surrounded with the right people right now.
Ang ganda, ang sobrang solid nung nung opportunities for you, and nabalitaan ko you're actually sharing those things that you learned sa mga bata sa area niyo dyan sa Malolos, ano?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Please talk us through it.
So actually, this started when I was a part of the national team of wrestling. Naghahanap sila nung time na yon ng mga program for grassroots na coach. Nagkataon na tiga dito ako sa Bulacan. And wala pa dito sa Bulacan nung time na yon. So basically, it started as a job for me. I was a coach of the WAP for Bulacan. So it's a job for me to find kids na pwede naming ilaban for Batang Pinoy. Grassroots program talaga para mas maparami yung mga bata na naglalaro ng wrestling nung time na yon. So dati I was yung ginagawa ko siya because of my salary, and it's my job to do it. And then time comes na nawala yung program na yon, na naalis kami. Nagbago ng president yung WAP, and then natanggal lahat ng regional coaches. So ang nangyari that time was I have all of these kids na nag-start na mag-train ng wrestling. Some competed na nung mga panahon na yon. And then parang ako, anong gagawin ko sa mga bata na to? There's nothing for me. Kumbaga wala nang kapalit to pag ginawa ko to. But then yung mga bata kasi na nakuha ko nung time na yon was mga lumapit kasi ako sa DepEd to find kids na pwede kong turuan eh. Kasi luckily, wrestling was in palarong pambansa na that time. So, ang binigay nila mga bata sa akin was the island kids, yung mga tawag namin dito. Meron kasi dito sa Malolos na mga nakahiwalay na isla, 3 sila. Magbabangka sila para lang makarating dito to train in my gym. So, yung mga nandun, anak ng mga fisherman. So, sanay sila sa hirap. And then nakita ko sa kanila when they started doing wrestling, they started competing in other places. First time nila minsan nakakatawa. First time nila nakasakay ng bus, first time nila nakasakay ng van nung papunta kami sa mga competition venue. And then yun nga, nung nawala yung program, nasabi nila na wala nang salary yung coaches, tinanggal na yung regional program, regional grassroots program. Ang isang bagay na realize actually sa akin nung kung ano yung meron akong puso sa kids ngayon was that moment na parang naisip ko, parang yung mga bata na ito, kapag hindi ko tinuloy, yung wrestling lang kasi ang meron silang pinanghahawakan nila, na alam mo yon, na aside from, pag nakita mo yung mga batang hinahawakan ko, nung nag-start ko silang nakilala, when you ask them, anong gusto mong gawin after high school? Wala na coach, mangingisda na lang din ako, magiging ganto, magiging ganyan. And then, the longer na nag-spend sila ng time with me sa gym, nakikita nila yung possibilities. O ano nang balak, makikita mo yung transition ng mga bata na lumalaki yung pangarap nila just because, pwede pala sa wrestling, makapasok ako ng national team. Pwede rin pala ako mag-MMA ng after nito kasi ito yung pinakamagandang foundation ng MMA. Sa States, wrestling yung mga wrestling kids ang mga nagiging dominant MMA fighters pagdating ng panahon. So, nung time na yon, doon ko sinabi sa sarili ko na hindi ko to pwedeng hinto kasi para akong nagtanim ng buto tapos biglang hindi ko na siya diniligan, hindi ko na siya kinamusta, alam mo yon. So even without the salary, parang the kids became my motivation as well. Sila rin yung yung isa sa mga whys ko on why do I keep on fighting and continue to compete kasi you have these kids that are looking up to you eh. So hindi ka pwedeng huminto, especially nung natalo ako, Diyos ko po. They have to see me win again.
Invested,
Sabi ko, hindi pwede. Oo. Kasi parang mapupulot nila eh. Ang pinaka napansin ko sa kanila is ah, very true yung mga bata kung ano yung nakikita nila sa mga role models nila, gagayahin talaga nila. So nung natalo ako, nung first time ko natalo sa MMA and I lost my belt that time, tahimik lang sila nung pagbalik ko sa gym and siguro iniisip nila, "Ano kayang gagawin ni coach, magbumukmok kaya 'to?" Right nung nakita ko sila sa gym, dampot agad ako ng jump ropes, training agad ako. So, they see me kung paano mo hinandle yung wins, paano mo hinandle yung loss and I know, very much na gano'n din ang gagawin nila sa mga nila, sa mga
Wow.
buhay nila and sa
Yeah.
careers nila and I have kids now who are, in professional Muay Thai and professional MMA na I've been training since they were 12 years
It
old.
sounds like you're very proud of them, Jelly.
Of course, 'no? Siyempre sobrang proud ko sa mga batang 'yon kasi actually wala nga silang mga pangarap nung time na 'yon, eh. Yung alam mo 'yun, nabuo yung pangarap just because they met me and they've been involved with MMA, with wrestling. So, iba yung feeling na nakaka-share ka nung something na passionate ka about and you're changing other people's lives just by sharing, the things that you're passionate about.
Would it be fair to say that you were also learning from the kids?
Of course, mas
Mhm.
madami akong natututunan sa kanila sa totoo lang. Kasi alam mo 'yun, you'll learn how to be grateful kapag everyday nakakasama mo yung mga gano'ng bata. Na minsan bigyan mo lang sila ng, merienda after training, sobrang tuwang-tuwa na sila and they're looking forward the next day of training just because may merienda sila. And ever since nakilala ko sila, I didn't took for granted yung mga bagay na meron ako. Kasi lagi kong naiisip sila, alam mo 'yun, yung bago pa ako magreklamo naiisip ko sila, yung mga bata nga bigyan ko lang ng Spanish bread masaya na, alam mo 'yun? Ta's ako magrereklamo, alam mo 'yun, may pera naman ako, hindi man ako mayaman but alam mo 'yun, comfortable yung
Yeah.
living ko. So mas kung tutuusin mas marami akong natutunan sa kanila kaysa yung natutunan nila sa akin.
Yeah. In
Tama 'yun,
fairness,
tama 'yun.
masarap naman yung Spanish bread, coach.
Of course, of course. May pawis-pawis pa yun,
Di ba? Let's go back a bit to 2018. You talked about your loss, and
Yep.
afterwards, you told a lot of media that parang you got rekindled with your passion for MMA. Was it
Yes.
waning a bit back then?
Yes, actually, nung time na yon ang hindi ko na siya na-e-enjoy. Alam mo yun, yung parang,
Medyo grind na siya.
oo, as in, before kasi kahit pag-trainingin mo ako ng 3 beses sa isang araw, na-e-enjoy ko siya, eh. Nung after ko manalo ng championship belt, siguro sa pressure, and then yung everyone was telling me na, "Oh, undefeated, ganto ganyan." Everyone was alam mo ang taas ng expectation sa'yo lahat nung tao tapos after kasi nung nag-champion ako, lumaban ako ng Worlds ng Muay Thai. Tapos natalo ako. And nung time na yon, everyone was expecting me to win tapos natalo ako. So parang dun na ako kine-question na, parang worth it pa ba 'to? I was actually diagnosed with anticipatory anxiety because of it.
Oh,
Yep,
wow. What
ah,
is that? Sorry, anticipatory anxiety. It
anticipatory
sounds
anxiety
specific, very specific.
sabi ng psycho is lumalabas siya more sa mga, anong tawag dito, sa mga nagpe-perform athletes na
Oh, it's
nape-pressure
performance
sila, yep.
anxiety, basically. Wow.
Yes, na tipong 1 week before the fight di ka na makatulog.
Mm.
Kahit isang oras 'pag pumipikit ako nagpa-palpitate na ako. Wala akong tulog nung
It
lumaban
sounds
ako
serious,
nung
man.
Yep.
Grabe.
I thought that was something na normal, pero apparently there's a condition
No.
for that.
Yep. Meron kasi iba yung kaba, eh. Kaba makakatulog ka, eh. Like for example, bukas may competition ng jiu-jitsu, kinakabahan ako tonight, pero nakakatulog ako.
Yeah.
Iba yun, eh. This one is different. When I close my eyes, lalong umaano yung dugo ko, nagpa-palpitate ako. So walang tulog talaga for 1 week. Even for 30 seconds or 1 minute, hindi ako nakakatulog. So after Worlds, nung natalo ako sa Worlds na everyone was expecting me to win, doon na siya nag-start, eh. Yung palipad na kami papuntang, saan nga ba kami Belarus, sa Belarus kami naglaro. team ko and then the national team, everyone was, "Uy, champion ka, ganito, ganyan." Alam mo yun? So, hindi ko na makita na na-e-enjoy ko siya.
Mhm.
Alam mo yun? So, parang nag-iba yung feeling ko towards fighting nung mga panahon na yon. And what nagsunod-sunod talo ko nun, eh. After I lost sa Worlds ng Muay Thai, pag-uwi ko dito, same year yung natalo ako sa belt ko noon. And
Oo.
same feeling.
Yeah.
While I was preparing for the fight, sobrang, alam mo yun, to the point na minsan na-injure na ako. Both knees ko injured, pero yung isa, come fight day, masakit pa din, pero yung isa completely healed naman. Na ganun na ako, ganun na yung, hindi ko na siya na-enjoy. Pag nasa
Very
bahay
dragging
ako,
na yung training and
yes,
stuff.
pag nasa bahay ako, iniisip ko, uy, baka yung kalabang ko nagtitrain na. Teka nga, punta ulit ako ng gym, ganon. Yung hindi na ako wala na akong, very restless. Yun na yung nangyayari sa akin nung panahon na yon. Tapos kinain ako ng pressure. But it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Yung matalo kasi it rekindled yung nabuhay ulit yung passion ko with MMA na akala ko kasi 'pag natalo ako, alam mo yon, mawawala lahat sa'yo, eh. Then dun ko na-realize na hindi pala. Mas makikilala mo lang kung sino talaga yung mga may believe sa'yo regardless if you win or if you don't win.
That's
So
true.
yun.
Yeah. We were there
Yeah.
at Colossal, and
Oo,
we were thinking, it's like, si Gion Shaw did not seem like a particularly fierce competitor.
Yep. I've seen her fight sa
Yeah.
mga videos. Ang galing. I was expecting na sasagasaan niya ako with all the takedowns. Pag nakita mo yung mga videos na pinag-aaralan namin siya, lumilipad
Yeah.
sa double leg yung mga kalaban
Actually.
niya. Nagulat ako na nung nagyakap kaming dalawa, sabi ko, ba't parang malambot?
Yeah. It
Ganon.
seemed
Yeah.
like parang kaya ni Jelly
Tapos
to.
Oo.
parang nung nandun na kami against the cage, tinutuhod niya ako. Sabi ko, ba't parang wala naman? Tapos nung tinuhod ko siya, yun, medyo tumupi siya. Sabi ko, wala, malambot. So pagdating namin sa ground, pag nakita niyo yung video, nung nasa cage pa lang kami, iniisip ko na malambot. Sabi ko, wala, kayang-kaya ko to. Pagdating namin sa ground, I didn't even pass the guard. Ganon ako ganon ako na kinukuha niya yung Kimura trap sa akin, hindi ko dinedefend.
So you were really going to stay in the guard?
Yes, wala. Babanatan ko siya sa
Babanatan mo na
guard.
from the
Yun yung
guard.
bala ko talaga. Ay, sabi ko, wala, malambot. Mas matigas pa si Denise, eh.
Oo.
Kasi
Oh
been
my
training
God,
with Denise,
syempre.
eh.
Yeah.
So, nung sabi ko, wala to. Kaya yung mga attempts niya, wala akong pakialam. Kimura, hinawakan, tas natanggal yung Kimura, tas biglang nag-ground and pound ako. Kung makikita nyo nga yung video, ako yung pumasok sa triangle, eh.
Oo nga, actually.
Yeah. Ako yung sumug. So, parang,
that was very strange.
tas biglang nagulat ako. Sabi ko, tangina, ang higpit. Biglang, ayun na, ang laki ng hita. Sabi ko, oh no, wala na to. Parang sabi ko, sobrang bad
nagising.
position. Bad. I was caught up in a bad position talaga. Pero it was all my fault. Pero ayos lang.
So,
Learning experience yon na you have to finish every fight.
would you
lalo
say you
kung
got
alam-
a bit careless kaya nangyari yun?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, you
Ako,
did
very
better.
confident ako doon. Very confident ako. Kahit mag-rematch kami right now. I know.
Okay, cool. Well, you did well in Eugene Jiang afterwards.
Yeah. Oo nga. She was a boxer. Mas mahirap nga yun i-take down kasi medyo maliit yung
Ganda
height
yung
niya.
base.
So,
Maliit yung height.
Yep, yung center of gravity niya mababa.
Oo.
Ang hirap niya i-take down, eh. Mas nahirapan ako doon actually.
Pero kaya lang, I'm not sure kung makapag-rematch pa kayo ni Ji Yun-seo kasi I think she's with one na yata. One Warrior.
Yeah,
she
one
did One
Warrior
series.
series. Yep. Yes. Nasa One Warrior na siya. Actually, they offered me din before, eh. Kaso, nung time na nag-offer sila sa akin, I was fighting for the championship.
And well, are there any offers currently na to fight for the belt again? I'm sure probably vacant na yan sa URCC again since he's with one na.
With URCC, I haven't talked to anyone in URCC yet. Merong mga talks before pandemic. they were supposed to do an event yata before the
Yeah.
pandemic tama ba?
Yeah.
So they were trying to get an opponent for me. Kaso yun nga, the problem was sobrang konti ng ka-division natin dito So I really need to fight overseas sa ibang bansa para magkaroon ng magandang run with my career.
And
Yeah.
speaking of overseas opportunities, meron ba ngayon may offers ba?
Yes, actually merong offer sa atin and I'm currently preparing for it. Ayoko munang sabihin kasi baka ma-jinx. So, ano lang, stay put lang pero this would be a good platform for us para mas makita nila yung talent na or yung capabilities ng mga Pinay fighters talaga.
And you mentioned earlier naman na, I mean, yung Ruby management is offering na mag-train ka na sa Thailand. I mean, if
Yes.
given the chance right now, would you fly out to Thailand to train?
Actually, there's another team in Thailand na nag-offer sa akin to be a part of their team, training, bahay, lahat. Sagot nila. But hindi ko pa alam kasi alam ko closed ang borders ng Thailand to any
Yes,
foreigners.
actually, that's true.
Especially Philippines dahil sobrang daming
Oo
cases natin dito. So I'm not sure about pero if November fight pushes through and the borders, alam mo yon yung bumaba yung border sa Thailand, definitely pupunta ako ng Thailand kasi mas madaling mag train doon as compared to here kasi dito ang gulo, medyo magulo pa
Yeah.
Hindi ko pa alam kung although yung team ko is very supportive, lahat ng paraan na possible ginagawa nila just for me to be able to train. Alam mo yon, so very blessed din. Kahit nandito kaya natin mag-prepare.
How are you keeping fit right now, Jelly? Are there specific routines that you do?
I train twice a day pa din.
Okay.
Even
Okay.
nung ECQ, nagtitrain ako twice a day. Tumatakbo ako. I have a treadmill here, then I do weights, then sa hapon either I'll do individual drills ng shadow boxing, tapos individual drills ng jiu-jitsu. Then yung gym ko ako gumagamit. Ginagamit
solo,
ko lahat.
solo,
Yup.
solo
And then
training.
yung mga kids na doon nakatira. May mga ampon kasi ako doon nakatira So we were able to train just because doon sila naka-quarantine sa gym and yung house ko walking distance away lang sa gym. So tuloy-tuloy talaga. And ayun nga, iba yung utak ko right now I'm 30 years old right now and I'm giving myself at least a good 3 years na go for broke for MMA. Alam mo yon yung offer lahat ng years na yon for MMA. Let's go, gawin na natin to ngayon na. Mga ganong thought Na alam mo yon na tapos after nun, let's see what happens.
But definitely a title run is the end goal.
Yes.
Gold around your waist.
That's our goal. A title, one more belt, and of course UFC. That's the main goal.
Sana nga, sometime soon, mapanood ka na namin in the international MMA leagues.
Yes. Pag-pray natin yan. Bibigay yan sa atin. Ready tayo
And hopefully, Destroy Manila will be one of the first na ma-inform about your international.
Of course. Huwag kayong mag-alala. Kayong unang makakaalam talaga.
There's such a nice in the flyweight division ngayon, not only in the UFC but also sa Invicta and actually sa road and sa regional. Sa Bellator. Are there any favorite fighters that you look up to na
Sa
parang not
flyweight?
only sa flyweight or even like in within your division na lang parang lower or higher kasi kanina would you imagine Jermaine Duranda may choked out si Juliana Peña.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought, diba?
Yup. Napanood ko yun. Nagulat ako kasi Juliana Peña, fan ako niyan simula nung nasa The Ultimate Fighter pa lang siya.
Kay Misha
And then
Tate,
nagulat ako na her record that time was I think 2-1 or 2-0. And then lahat ng kasama niya doon was veteran. Basta yung mga kasama niya doon veteran. Sinagasaan niya lahat.
Yeah, mga Invicta people, diba? Yeah.
Yep, sinagasaan niya lahat and she was very fearless. So, siya talaga yung pinaka-inaabangan ko yung career after ng The Ultimate Fighter. Kaso injuries happened.
Ang dami nga,
MCL,
marami, yeah.
LCL, para na ngang ano, cheat sa PlayStation yung injury niya kasi lahat ng injury sa tuhod nakuha niya. So ako parang, anong nangyari dito? Good thing she was still young that
Mm.
time, pero ngayon nawala yung momentum, eh. Then biglang lahat ng fighters na female, especially sa 135 and 125 division sa States and sa Europe, biglang nag-bloom. Alam mo yun,
Oo.
yung parang
Yeah,
Biglang dumami
nag-deepen
nga,
bigla yung divisions.
oo, na
Mhm.
dapat na lahat yung dating striker lang ang galing na mag-wrestling, yung dating wrestler lang ang galing mag-striking. Alam mo yun, na-open up na sila sa idea na hindi lang sila puwedeng, especially when you're, a female fighter, hindi lang puwedeng sa isa ka lang naka-focus, eh. Ang maganda rin kasi with female fighters that time and, puwede ko sabihin na up until now is kaya mo pang habulin, especially when you're young. Yung mga na nasa mataas na ranks sa'yo. Hindi gano'n kalayo, eh.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Can you kind of like a lot of up and coming fighters tell this to us? Parang like them, can you see the level that you need to be at to reach yung elite? Like not only the UFC but also like the regional and then the international level, like even sa Brave, even sa
Yeah, yeah.
Bellator, 'di ba?
Yep. For me, ako ba yung
Yeah,
level
yeah.
ko ba?
Parang ano kasi, parang how high is the next rung in the ladder? May mga ilang feet na lang ba, do you think, for
Malapit na.
yourself, or like malapit
Malapit
na?
na
Mm.
if hindi natin ka-level yung yung I mean with all the experience that I've had competing abroad,
Mhm.
competing with the best of the best sa striking, sa grappling, and alam mo yon, lahat ng opportunities have opened up for me already. And nakita ko yung level na kailangan nating habulin. And I think I've worked hard enough to, alam mo yon, para pumantay sa mga nandodoon na tingin ko kailangan kong talunin just for the opportunity to
Mm.
to happen for me na makapunta dun sa pinakagusto nating goal. I might say nandun na tayo. Opportunity na lang and training, tamang support, nandun na tayo. Malapit na.
Absolutely, you're no stranger to sacrifices, 'di ba?
Yes.
And
Okay.
I think even locally sa male and female, wala pang yung tulad mo na who has been part of the wrestling, the jiu-jitsu, and the Muay Thai national
Oo.
team all at the same time. Ikaw pa lang yata narinig kong ganun
Triple threat
talaga
si
eh.
coach eh.
Actually, parang niloloko nga nila ako about it, eh. Ililibot ko daw lahat, eh. Parang tinatanong nga nila, "Oh, saan ka na next? Saan ka naman pupunta?" Sabi ko, "Hindi, parang lang, nagkataon.
Mm.
The timing was perfect." Although tsaka kasi yun nga, naging problem ko with my division here in the Philippines is wala kasi akong kalaban,
Mm.
eh. So, napaka-blessed ko na nakaka-compete ako sa ibang jiu-jitsu, sa Muay Thai, sa ganito na hindi ako napapahinga ng matagal. May mga competition na nalalaruan tayo. Kasi like yung Thailander na babae na nag-UFC ngayon, si
Si
Loma,
Loma
Si
Lokbon.
Loma,
she's
yes,
she's
yeah.
under the same management as me, eh. Kasabay ka siya lumalaro sa Worlds noon, eh.
Di ba? Yun na nga
Yeah.
eh, parang,
Yeah.
isn't it about time?
Kasabay ko
Medyo,
siya.
bakit nahuli ata ng konti si Jelly?
Yun nga, eh. Yung opportunities talaga na alam mo yun, kailangan na talaga nating lumipad sa ibang bansa. Kasi dito, wala pang wala tayong kasing medyo matangkad tayo dito and mabigat tayo dito sa Southeast Asia. So, kailangan natin magpunta sa talaga, Europe and US. Dun tayo.
A lot of fighters have actually told us that. Just prime example, Sina Denise, they really needed to stay in Thailand with the kind of motivation that the kids give you. Mahirap bang magkaroon? Kasi we have a friend in Thailand whose only job is to train orphans and sobrang underprivileged kids
Yeah.
to get out of their poverty by giving them
Mm.
opportunity in Muay Thai.
Mm.
What are the moments that you look forward to when you win? Is it parang making them see that these opportunities are also open to them, or is it the look
Yes,
in their
exactly.
faces?
Exactly. Na alam mo yun, na parang 'pag lumalaban ako, minsan nagfa-flashback. Sila actually yung naiisip ko, eh. Kasi these kids, they look up to me and they continue to dream because of the opportunities na nag-open up. Just because nakilala nila ako and nakilala nila yung MMA. So, wala, very very blessed ako sa mga bata na yun. Kasi they're my why kung bakit ko hanggang ngayon ginagawa pa rin 'to because they need someone, and they need, kasi the parents of these kids,
Mhm.
yung dreams nila for their kids are, alam mo yun, medyo maging, kasi sila mga mangingisda
Mm.
or mga less privileged tong family ng mga ito eh. So hindi nila alam kung malalagpasan ba ng kanilang mga anak kung anong meron, kung ano sila ngayon sa buhay nila. And just because nag-open up yung mundo ng MMA sa kanila,
Mhm.
they get to realize na mas marami pang pwede mag-open up sa buhay nila. Pwede pa silang mangarap mag-college, pwede silang makatungtong, pwede silang magpalarong pambansa,
Yeah.
maging medalist ng palarong pambansa, maging professional fighter. And I live for these moments na, alam mo yun, dami na sa kanila, graduate na ng college ngayon.
Wow.
And I live for this moment na nababago ko yung buhay nila in and outside the
There we go. Coach Jelly Bulang, interpreter and opener of dreams.
yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you then for giving us this opportunity to share your story with us.